Hi everybody, welcome to Yagya VM. As you know, nowadays we are hearing a lot of threats that Indian websites will be hacked. In today's video, we will discuss about blockchain technology. As we know, nowadays there are threats of hacking and phishing from China to Indian companies like BSNL, Jio. So there is a threat that the personal and the professional accounts of people will be hacked from China. So how can we make our system more and more hack proof? So for that we have to understand what is blockchain technology. Basically, in this diagram that you can see here, it is a connection or it is an interconnection where a lot of computers are connected. Now what is so unique about blockchain technology? Basically, if we take a particular computer from here, or we take any particular computer from here, or any computer if we take, that will have the data about the transaction starting from the beginning till the current transaction, and all of them will be there in the form of blocks. That means what? The history of transaction is in a recorded format in each of these computers. This is nothing but blockchain technology. Blockchain technology comes from the word block and chain. That means what? For every single transaction, a block is made here, and then after the transaction is completed, it is added to the chain. Similarly, when a next transaction comes, a block is made here, and after the transaction, this is again added to the chain. So as and when more and more transactions occur, these chains or these blocks will get added up to the chain. So that is how it is called as a blockchain technology. Blockchain technology was invented in the year 2007 and 2008 during the US subprime crisis. So what happened in US subprime crisis? Basically, we go with a currency called as the fiat currency. That means what? We use a paper currency on which some denomination is written. For example, 100 rupees denomination is written. However, this particular paper is not of the worth of 100. This is called as the fiat currency. So in subprime crisis in USA, some kind of cheating was done, due to which there was recession in USA. After that, this particular technology of blockchain came out, by which we can make our currency system more and more secure. So the credit of blockchain goes to a person named as Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay, Satoshi Nakamoto, who discovered this particular technology. Okay, Satoshi Nakamoto. First, blockchain technology was developed as an underlying technology behind the cryptocurrency called as Bitcoin. Okay. The main cause behind this was to create such a technology that without any kind of intermediary, we can transfer the money. Okay, for example, there is a sender here and there is a receiver here. If you want to transfer the money, we obviously need an intermediate like a bank or a financial intermediary. But let us say that if we directly can transfer from one bank account to another bank account without the government even knowing that who is doing the transaction. Before the blockchain technology, there was a thing called as a double spend problem. Since the Bitcoin is a digital currency, so it is not physically there in the hand. So a person can claim to again to have it and again sell it to someone for some amount. So that is called as a double spend problem. Now to fight with it, the blockchain technology again gives a solution. It cannot be arbitrarily manipulated. See, one computer which has all the data, suppose this is the new computer which is joining this particular network, then the entire data will be shared with this particular computer, in which right from the beginning till the end, all the transactions will be available in each of this computer. However, the person that is handling this computer will be able to access only his particular transaction or his particular data. The earlier transactions will be present, although will be present in an encrypted form. Every block in a blockchain is a record of transactions. First, let us say A wants to send money to B. This transaction will be represented by a block. After that, this block will be broadcasted to all the machines that are there. So maybe it can be a smartphone, similarly a laptop and other personal digital assistants. So this block will be broadcasted to every party in the network. After that, the transaction will be validated, whether or not it is valid, and then the transaction will be completed. And when the transaction is completed, this block will again be added to the chain. So that is how the entire system performs. Now for example, let us say in the network of all these devices, let us say one of these device is getting hacked. So some information will be changed over here, but that does not mean the information in every computer is getting changed. Okay, the information is still intact in all the rest of the computers. So this is hack proof. Only when all the computers in that particular system want, modification can be possible. It cannot be arbitrarily manipulated. Then there is an aura of transparency. Why is it? Because for every transaction, a block in the blockchain is added. So more the number of transactions, the longer will be the chain. And this is an unalterable document which has history of every transaction. Hence, there is an aura of transparency here. When we transfer or when we do any particular transaction from one PDA to another PDA, that means from one computer to another computer, in that case nobody can know that who is doing the transaction. For example, if we are using Bheem app or if we are using any kind of app, it usually takes some personal information from us, like our email ID or phone number or our IP address or the IMEI number of the phone. All these things are taken. However, in the blockchain there is a digital signature involved here, and this is completely encrypted. So even the government cannot know that who is doing this particular transaction. Hence, the government will find it very difficult to tax, to find out how to tax the people and with how much amount to do the taxation. So that is why Indian government actually banned the cryptocurrency in the year 2018. However, the government also realized that blockchain technology is a very important technology and it has to be preserved. This was said by Arun Jaitley in the 2017 budget. And subsequently in 2007 itself, the cryptocurrency was banned. However, blockchain technology was legal. The disadvantage of blockchain technology is that it is very much energy intensive. So it requires a lot of computational power, thereby a lot of electricity. India and blockchain, how is it done now? So, as we know that we have to utilize this blockchain technology opportunity very well. So, there is an interministerial committee by the Department of Economic Affairs under Ministry of Finance, SEBI and CBDT, that is Central Board of Direct Taxes. And this entire board will be headed by the Finance Secretary Subhash Chandra Garg. The government recognized the potential of using blockchain, and it can be used for cross-border without worrying for the remittances payment, or for even small value payments it can be used. Again, RBI in the year 2017, RBI quashed the usage of blockchain and said that it is an illegal thing. So if it is illegal, RBI did it on the grounds that it was very difficult for the government to get the taxation details. Apart from that, it can also lead to a lot of outflow of money spontaneously or suddenly, and that will cause the financial problems in India or destabilization. However, the owners of cryptocurrency, they reached out to Supreme Court that this was violating their right to employment, their right to job. So that is how in March 2020, Supreme Court quashed this particular ban put by RBI that cryptocurrency is legal. And so now some other researchers are going on that how to venture into this particular department. So as of now, there is ban on private cryptocurrencies. However, cryptocurrency is not totally banned because it is also the right to employment, okay, which RBI cannot take. Now this was enforced by Supreme Court. Apart from this cryptocurrency, what all cryptocurrencies are there in the world? First of all, cryptocurrency can be public on the public network, can be on the private network. There is a cryptocurrency called as Ethereum, in which apart from monetary exchange, there is also voting, global supply chains, medical record and financial system facilities that can work on through this cryptocurrency, that is Ethereum. Similarly, Venezuela was the first country in the world to launch its own cryptocurrency named Petro. However, Petro is backed by crude oil reserves. That means what? For some gallons of crude oil, one cryptocurrency will be valued. Okay, so the valuation of cryptocurrency was done as per the crude oil reserves. After that, Marshall Islands also came up with the cryptocurrency called as Sovereign or SOV, which it introduced as a legal tender. That means what? In Marshall Islands, US dollar will also be used. Apart from that, nobody can refuse to accept this particular cryptocurrency SOV. Not only Marshall Islands, various developed countries like the European countries have been pioneer in accepting the cryptocurrency and they have recognized the value. Similarly, Facebook has introduced Libra as its cryptocurrency through the digital wallet Calibra. Similarly, UNICEF has announced that it will accept the funds in the form of cryptocurrency also. I hope you have understood the cryptocurrency concept and the blockchain technology. Friends, my name is Yagyasani Patra. I teach on Unacademy Live. This is my referral code YAGYALIVE, YAGYALIVE. If you use my referral code, then you will get another 10% discount on your Unacademy Plus subscription. This is the Telegram link t.me/unacademyopsc. If you join this particular channel, you will get free study materials. Apart from that, you will get video updates about my next videos. For Civil Services 2021, Odisha Foundation course has been launched. So Nirman Foundation course, jaha ki 25th May start hai jai. In that, we are preparing students for Odisha Civil Services 2021. I am teaching science, tech and current affair in this particular course. So what are all my courses on Unacademy? First of all, Polity from M. Lakshmikant part 1 has been already completed. So you can watch the recordings, and my upcoming course Polity from M. Lakshmikant part 2 will just be started in June. So if you want to learn polity from me, you can join me on Unacademy. Then complete science and technology for OPSC and other government job examinations. Third, current affairs. So weekly current affairs also I am covering on Unacademy platform. This is my referral code YAGYA9, and alternatively you can also use my referral code YAGYALIVE, YAGYALIVE for getting additional 10% discount. So आपण a referral code को भी use करी परिबे, and you can also use this referral code to get an additional 10% discount. These are my courses, so if you want to learn from me, you can join me on Unacademy Plus platform. So basically, what are the upcoming courses on Unacademy? First of all, there is a Garud course. In this Garud course for CPSC mains, that is the police services mains, grammar, that is Odia grammar, reasoning and general awareness are being taught by 3 great educators. Next up, Laksha OHC ASO course, in which for ASO aspirants, this particular course, it is a comprehensive course and it has started. The payment pattern is for 6 months it is 5,600, for 12 months it is 7,000 rupees, for 24 months it is 8,400 rupees. So as we know friends, when we prepare for this government job examination, we do not go for one government examination, we appear for many. Similarly, the preparation time is also not limited. We have to keep giving the examination. So according to me, the ideal plan is for 2 years or 1 year, in which not only one government examination like OPSC, but many government examination like OPSC, ASO, CPSC, Police SI, OMC, all kind of government examinations conducted by the government of Odisha will be given due importance, and individual courses will be launched for them. So you will get training not only for one exam but for many, okay, under this single platform of Unacademy. In this fee structure, you will get additional 10% if you use my referral code YAGYA9, YAGYA9, or if you use my referral code YAGYALIVE, YAGYALIVE, okay, to get additional 10% discount. Apart from that, there is no cost EMI option available for 6 months, 12 months and 24 months on your subscription. Finally, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day and let's crack it.